So make sure that all these links are working. So this one here, for example, I've missed off the HTTP. And this is why it's important that you do check this. Go through, check all your links, make sure that you've got alt text in them all, make sure all your links are correct. And then when you're happy with that, we're going to go ahead and choose File, and we're going to choose Export Wizard. Now, just like before, you're going to need to make sure that you know the export file size and file type. So you'll be given this in your criteria. You've got to make sure you check your criteria because it will change from each website. In this example, I'm going to go for 200 and I'm going to choose JPEG, but that is just for this example. So make sure you do check your criteria. When you know the target export file size, type it in and press continue. This box is something different. You won't see this apart from when you're exporting a navbar. Now you must tick the middle option. That is the only option that will work. You'll know it's the right one because it says rollover, and you've got rollovers on here. These are rollover buttons. If you don't choose this, your navbar won't work. We then press continue, exit, and we choose the format. So in my example I said I was going to use JPEG. You can check the size up here. I said below 200, that's plenty. And then I press export and I navigate through to the folder where I want to export it. Now I've got mine set up already. You might need to click up here and navigate through to it. Give it a name, so I'm going to call this navbar example. And then there are a few things that you must do. You need to go to the bottom and look at these tick boxes, and you have got to make sure that you untick the top two and that the bottom two are ticked. What this does, this include area without slices. That includes all the bits that are not got slices on. If you don't have that ticked, it will only export the green bits. You want all of it to be exported. And finally, put images in subfolder. The way this exports, which I'll show you in a minute, is it slices it all up into lots of little pictures, which are then put back together again. And if you don't have that ticked, you'll end up with hundreds of pictures in your user area. By ticking this, it's going to make a folder called images, or if you've already got a folder called images, it's going to save them into there. So go ahead and press save. Wait a little while for that to finish, and then if you go and check this out now, so if I just find that folder that I've just made, there's the exported navbar. Now if I show you in this folder, these are all the images, so these are all the different parts of that navbar. So that's where all these little lines are. So all these little lines represent slices, and it cuts it up like a jigsaw piece, and then it puts it back together here. And if I open that up now, you'll see that I've got my rollovers, and when I click onto that, it's going to take me to the page. Now the reason it's not doing this is because I haven't made that page yet, but you can check that you've done it right by looking at the very last bit after the last slash. That's what it's trying to link to, so that's working perfectly.